Alrighty guys, welcome back for day 51 of completing my 20s. I just want to say, first of all, if you've been watching and you've been interacting with my videos, thank you guys so much. Every comment, every like, every view matters a lot to me, knowing that someone's out there watching my stuff, so I can keep in touch with you guys and hopefully provide value to everybody watching. If you're new here, this is a series I have called Completing My 20s, where I upload about 5 times a week. I try my best to, if not more. Pretty much in my day-to-day life, checking in with you guys and trying to share something that I learned or something that I've been thinking about, or even just getting a little personable with you guys about things going on in my life and stuff. So day 51, same shit, different day. If you've been watching, had work, gym. I was able to play a little basketball today as well too, to get my cardio back in. I'm outside in nature, just enjoying the greenery and the sunlight that this universe has to provide for us. If you're in an emotionally unstable state, or you're upset, sad, angry, the one good thing about that is knowing that you're in a state of, you're in an emotional state that you're able to acknowledge, rather than not knowing how you feel and things like that. And part of acknowledging that feeling is knowing that you have to feel those things. In your life, you cannot expect to go through your whole entire life without ever feeling angry, ever feeling sad, and just, those emotions that are inevitable to feel. If you're a rich person, you feel sad when your dad doesn't give you money. If you're a poor person, you feel sad because you never had that option in the first place. So we all have our own reasons. No matter where you're at, you're gonna feel all emotions. That's the whole part of living. You can't be happy all the time if you're never sad. You know what I mean? You can't be angry all the time if you're never happy. So, or you can't be happy all the time if you're never angry, I should say. You guys get what I'm saying. So, the main thing is how you react to these emotions and finding good outlets that help you take your mind off things. The biggest thing that's been helping me is you guys. And what I mean by that is I made this channel to keep myself consistent with certain things every single day, to keep my mind distracted, not like I'm avoiding my feelings, but using it as an outlet to where when I'm angry, I'm pushing weights to push my physical body to harder, or when I'm sad, I'm meditating, or when I'm happy, I'm celebrating. So when you feel these emotions, it's good to react in a proper way and not to get angry. As I get older, I'm starting to realize there's a lot of small things that I want to start paying attention to that, when I say as I get older, like I'm very old, but I'm young. I'm still only 20, and I'm happy to admit that. In my eyes, I'm very young still. I still have a lot of life to live, a lot of life to learn. But right now, I've realized in this point of my life, I need to have a purpose. I need to do my life with a purpose, because if I go through my life with no purpose, then I'm just waking up day to day and doing what I'm told from somebody, which that's not an issue, but I want to do what I feel every day. And not only that purpose is what drives you to success, if you ask me. And success, I don't mean financially rich. I don't mean anything materialistic. I mean success as in you're okay with where you are. And I'm always okay with where I'm at. You should always be okay in your present sense, but that doesn't give you the right to feel comfortable, because you've heard it a million times. Being comfortable now will bite you in the ass in the future. You can pick to suffer now and get rewarded later, or reward yourself now and suffer later due to your actions that you've made. But my recommendation, if you've been watching or if you're new here, is find something that you really want out of life. So if you try to talk to this about certain people, they'll say, don't overthink your life. There's things that are out of your control. And if you ask me, I completely disagree with that. There are things that are out of your control, but a lot of things are in your control. You have control over your life. Every little decision you make, from waking up early to going to the gym to choosing to how much screen time you have and how much you decide to learn, all those little choices that you have will affect your future And I can literally guarantee that. I don't care what anybody says. So focus on what your purpose is and what little things you can do day by day to reach that purpose and to fulfill that purpose. For me, it's to provide value, because if I were to die tomorrow, I want to know that I helped as many people as I can. I want to be like in them stories and what you see where people are the superhero. They help people and they're very nice and helpful and a warm light to all the chaos and things that are going on in this world. I see a lot of it, so I know that if one by one, each of us just keep trying to do better, shine the light, and really focus on the purpose of providing value to other people and helping other people. People always do you wrong. There's always someone who's gonna spit in your face and stuff. You have to be the bigger person. It takes way more power to try and uplift someone who talks shit to you and bring them to a light than it does to just fight them. You're such a weak-minded person if your automatic mindset is violence. That's something I haven't even talked about on this channel, so I'm glad I'm bringing this up. But I don't care who you are in this world, any age, I don't care what kind of person you are. Violence has never solved anything in this world. I don't even understand how our countries have came to the conclusion that war would ever solve anything. It never made sense to me, because you're telling me that the only option is to kill somebody in order to resolve an issue, or fight somebody or beat them up. No. I can resolve any issue by walking away and choosing not to let what this person is saying or doing affect me. I don't care what anybody says. You know what I'm saying? If you have a big problem with the government and how they're treating you, there's no one in person that you can go and talk to and beat up and fight that's going to change the way you live. And fighting anybody in a basketball game because you're upset because of a call or blah, 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 you're going to fight. You can do whatever you want. What did that solve after? Nothing. You're back in the same position. And if anything, you look stupid, and it gives you that guilt feeling after that, like you didn't do anything right. You didn't solve any issue. It's just, I don't know. It's something that I want this community that I'm building to understand, as well as that violence isn't the answer to anything. If you've watched Villain Saga, you know that that really gives a good perspective on like violence and war and things like that, and just how that stuff never solves anything. But yeah, thanks for tuning in for day 51. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, of completing my 20s. And yeah, I'll catch you guys for day 52.